We're taking a break from the Earthship style garden shed, and yeah, just because of the weather, I wanted to switch up what we were working on. So yesterday and today, I would have done a time lapse yesterday of a little bit more of everything kind of getting built up, but I did have a friend over, and we're trying to talk and have conversation and stuff, so it gets a little hard. So, but we got a lot done, and I did a good amount of work today. So we've got, this is going to be the hybrid dogship. So we've got our tires, and then we've got 2 layers of sandbags here, kind of what we had left, which is super nice, yeah, because it worked out. So we got all the way around with sandbags to kind of complete this top layer, and then that's where I'm going to go ahead and get some rebar and slap some of this Trex on the top as kind of the the top board, so that'll all be weather resistant and not rot away. And I'll also get that on the front here, because what we've got going on for the dogs, they just can't wait. They're so anxious to get in here. I'm working as fast as I can. So we're gonna have, I think, one just single piece of glass on the front for these guys, and that's about all they'll need, because it'll stay pretty insulated. And then the glass being south facing as it is, pointing this way, can see they will get plenty of the sun through wintertime mainly. And that's why we're just going to do the vertical glass essentially, and I'll have more to do on that, but I just wanted to get a quick update on where I'm at now, and just kind of the change of pace on things. So we've got a couple different designs going on in the hybrid dogship area here. So first off, we've got swales going on here. We've got 1, 2, 3 swales here going on, and that should hopefully help with just all the snow and rain and whatnot. We're gonna have it all focused now in a place where it's going to gather, and it's going to start watering this ground a whole lot more. Well, it's just going to be aiding in gathering the moisture in the soil to help retain it throughout the summer when it gets dry. So we've got a couple swales for them, and I guess kind of the concept I'm looking at here is, because we give our dogs kind of a unconventional diet, you could say. So they're getting some chicken and fruits and vegetables and stuff like that. So, their poop isn't really, compared to other dogs in town on just pure dog food, it's way different, I think. So I think with the swales, that's going to be kind of the thing, is it'll be a place for their stuff to kind of gather up. And not that we're going to be growing anything in there personally to eat or anything, but it'll just, if I don't drop the phone here, it'll just give, access to more of the native grass and stuff like that to grow, and they'll be, fed nutrients, and hopefully it'll help gather in these points and create kind of a nice lush area, which the dogs have already kind of created. They've got their paths where they walk and stuff, but all around them it's just super tall grass, so they've got a really nice green area to work with over here. It'll be nice to get them set up in this too, in their own little hut, their own little Earthship here. So, but what we've got going on in the back, so what I've been doing is carving out around here, because what's going to happen is they're going to have that pitched roof, so it's pretty much going to be a lean-to, and all this backside is going to be mounded up, but it's also, I'm going to get plastic on it as well. And so all of the roof, as well as all of the whole mound and whatnot, is gonna drain into this. So I'll have this lined out, and all of their water, it'll be for all their water catchment. So we've got all of this trenched out. I'm still working on both sides, so this is the progress where we're at, but we've got their trench on both sides, so hopefully they'll be catching their own rainwater and snow melt as well. And so I'm still kind of figuring out what I'm going to do to get it to them. So it's going to probably end up being like a pond that I'll probably cover with maybe like a small hoop house or something, and maybe I can do mud or something like that before it gets too cold. We'll see what comes of it. So it's kind of a last thing for now, because we can still give them water, which is fine. So we'll figure that out later, but yep, for now we're just going to get the lean-to. So it'll be something like that off of the shovel once we get our glass in. So they'll have their roof and be pointed southward to get all the solar gain. So they'll have a nice, really nice, comfy place during the winter time. And hopefully it'll be super nice and cool during the summertime for them as well. So help keep them nice and insulated. And then on top of, we are extending their area out too. So I'll be adding more cattle panel to go around the dog ship there. And then I'll take out their old dog houses, and I'll probably actually end up using them to make huts for the goats, because we need to get an area set up for the goats for wintertime. Unless, honestly, I've had an idea about making something with the pallets and some bicycle wheels, so stay tuned for that video possibly, because that's the only other way I'm going to be pushing them out in the wintertime and grazing them, as well as, you know, supplementing any hay and whatnot that I hack down out there. So I might make some kind of cart that I can push at least through, or have a sled on it or something. We'll see though. Otherwise, I've got to choose a spot where they're going to be set up for the whole winter, and I'll be spending a lot of time and making probably some time lapses of me taking the scythe to the field. So, but for now, this is where we're at on the dog ship. We've got a lot done. We still got a little ways to go. So I've still got some time lapse to still put together for some of this. We're going to do more swales as well to catch more water. We've got a whole bunch of swales we're going to do out in the field as well. So we've got a lot of projects still to do before hopefully the ground freezes and it gets, you know, too cold. So for right now, I've got the shed on hold just for the time being. I need to actually get the front part situated and get a couple measurements before I start putting the beams up. But part of the holdup too is that I need to get the OSB board for wrapping that thing. So, you know, putting all the sheathing on. So I had someone that said they might be able to help me out with that. So that is kind of what I was waiting for, was to hear from them about that. So, because that'll keep this whole structure 100% recycled materials. So we got all that wood from people that we were friends with, or that work in town. So they helped us out with a bunch of wood. So all that wood's recycled. The tires were recycled. If I get that sheathing, then that's recycled. And we've got some tin roofing around here. If I don't use all of it for the dog roof, then that thing will be 100% recycled, especially with the windows and if I custom make a door. So stay tuned for more of that, because I can still work on that even when there's snow and stuff. So, but we're going to get the animals more situated since it's getting colder out. So that's the main focus and why we've pivoted on things. So we've got swales and the hybrid dog ship going on. So stay tuned for more of the project going on out here.